an experience that reaffirmed your faith. It all started with a long bus ride, because God knows that took a lot of faith in itself. But being immersed into a city of turmoil like that in New Orleans really opens your eyes and lets you see how lucky you truly are. There were points where we would see people on the street, no homes, and you would think to yourself, if they have struggled so much more than I can ever imagine, and they still have faith, I can have faith. The ELCA's theme Bible verse for the week was Ephesians 2, verses 14 to 20, which pretty much states that with God as your guide, you can tear down the walls that divide you from those who aren't exactly like you, and they definitely lived up to their theme. Nadia Bowles-Weber, a pastor from Colorado, who founded the House for All Sinners and Saints, was about the most opposite person of what you'd think a pastor would be. She tore down one of these walls when, after addiction, alcoholism, and family troubles, she found faith and later went on to seminary and found a church for people who struggled to find God in their lives like she did. I should tell you that when she walked out on stage, it felt like a prank. She was heavily, heavily tattooed with jet black hair that had a blue streak. There was no collar, no robe, no all, just a black tank top and some dark skinny jeans. And can you imagine Pastor Bill dressing like that?
Woo! Yeah!
Maybe we should try it out. Oh, we gotta take her. She spoke to us from a very real and very honest standpoint, and I admit it was nice to know that she wasn't hiding behind any preconceived notions of what parents, pastors, and the general population of what the ELCA might want to hear. Nadia spoke about the struggle of the faith before the ELCA that told her how to live her life, who and what was accepted, but more so what was not accepted. She made a very humorous comparison, saying that we, Lutherans, were like unicorns. No one told you who to love, what to wear, who you can be friends with, who can and cannot affirm their faith, or who God loved the most. Yet we still had a strong background of faith and a love from God that brought people from all different walks of life together. There was no set-in-stone, cookie-cutter description of what a Lutheran had to be. Rich, poor, gay, straight, black, white, recovering addict, or the cleanest person around, you're going to be loved, accepted, and cherished by God, no matter what your past, present, or future look like. That is truly the biggest wall that was torn down throughout our week in New Orleans, was understanding that God's love and grace in itself had no walls, no limits, and no boundaries. We also got the privilege to hear a speaker by the name of Shane Claiborne, who was originally from Tennessee but went on and co-founded Simple Way, which is a community of faith in inner-city Philadelphia. Shane told us the story of a homeless man who went to a church down south one Sunday morning, dressed in his street clothes, and sat down to worship. After the service was over, the pastor came up to the man and asked him to, in the next week, ask God what he should wear to church next Sunday if he decides to return. The homeless man went back the next Sunday in the same homeless clothes, and when the pastor asked him if he asked God what he should wear, the homeless man answered that he wasn't sure because God had never been to that church. Shane's whole point of telling us this story was that sometimes we deny faith to the people that Jesus rooted his own ministry on. We exclude some people because we're afraid that they might not fit into our little niche. We're afraid of what outsiders looking in might say, and we're afraid of disrupting our own little world. We let sexual orientation, financial situations, pasts, careers, politics, skin color, gender, and age get in the way of God's plan for all of us to make peace, to be one humanity under him, and to be members of his household. Presiding Bishop Mark Hansen talked about how we, the youth, are the change. We are the ones who are going to come back to our families and our congregations and let you all know that times are changing and we have to change with them. We need to get up and make our faith known to those who are in their darkest hour. We need to reach out to those most opposite, to those who need to know God's love is limitless. We, each and every congregation and child of God, need to tear down the wall that divides us from our brothers and sisters in Christ. It doesn't matter if you're 4 years old or 94 years old. Our faith is a living, busy, active, and mighty thing, and we must become citizens of the saints. Short and sweet.